Hey all, hello and welcome, Tony Bing here. For this guide video we will actually be discussing various boosts that are available in Marvel Heroes Omega. Now there's 4 different boosts. You have experience, currency, your shield supply boost, and you have your combo boost. Now looking on the forums and speaking to various different people, it seems like there is a lot of confusion how to best use these boosts, so that's what this video will be for, is hopefully I'll be able to give you some hints and tips on where to actually use these and how to use them. So the first boost that we'll look at, this will be the experience boost. Now before we specifically look at the experience boost, I'll actually do a very quick overview of how the boosts work in regards to the stacking and the duration. So for the experience boost, if you were to pop one of these boosts, it would last for 30 minutes and give you 100% bonus experience. If you pop 2 boosts, you can see that it would give you 150% bonus experience, and the duration is actually increased by a further 30 minutes as well. Now as you can see, that goes all the way up to, if you pop 5 boosts in total at the same time, you will gain 200% bonus experience, and that would be for 2.5 hours. So what you don't want to do in the first instance is you don't want to use one boost for half an hour, get 100% experience. When that runs out, use another boost for half an hour, 100% experience, because what that would equate to is you've used 2 boosts, they've lasted an hour, and you've got 100% experience total bonus. Now if you were to use both of those boosts at the same time, you would still get the 1 hour duration, but you would get the 150% experience for that whole hour. So this applies to all the boosts. When you're using any of them, if you can, you really want to pop them in a minimum of 5 stacks in order to give you the best available bonus. With XP boosts, because the actual experience starts to slow down as you go up, you can get away with maybe popping 3 of them for the 180% XP boost. That would be for an hour and a half. But personally, if you can, I would always recommend go for the 5. Now it does mean that that XP boost will be active for 2.5 hours, so you do have to plan out your playstyle to an extent. You don't want to pop an experience boost and then go play a mode that actually doesn't have a lot of experience in it, so do be wary of that. You do need to do a bit of planning if you do want to use multiple boosts, but I would highly recommend doing that. Now talking about experience boost, we've largely covered it with that explanation, but you have the first boost, 100% experience, and it goes all the way up to 200% experience for 5 boosts at 2.5 hours. And you can see we have tooltips for both the PlayStation version on the left and the PC version on the right, and they're exactly the same how they actually operate across these different platforms. Now the best places to use these boosts from my experience would be leveling characters through story mode. You can get to level 60 by round about, let's see, it would be around about chapter 8 if you have 0 synergy XP. If you were to have the full 100% synergy XP, you're probably looking about chapter 5 or chapter 6 that you would actually be hitting level 60. That's on PlayStation. On PC you can get up to 200% bonus synergy XP for the characters you level, and with that you'll actually hit level 60 round about chapter 4 or 5 if you're using the 5 boosts there, so do bear that in mind. Now once you've actually hit level 60, great modes to use your XP boosts in would either be Cosmic Midtown, because you do gain a bonus being in Cosmic, you gain a huge XP bonus in fact, or alternatively if you can team up with a good group, then I would recommend trying out Cosmic Danger Room. That really does offer a whole lot of experience, and both of those options can be fantastic for grinding those infinity points that we really do need. Now the next boost we'll look at will be the currency boost. So these boosts here are actually really pretty great, and they're only 75 Gs. Now with the PlayStation version, if you were to pop one of these, you gain 100 credits per drop, additional crafting materials, and 1 legendary mark per boss defeat. If you pop a full 5, 200 credits per drop, even more crafting materials, and 5 legendary marks per boss defeat. Now for the PC version it's slightly different. You do still get the credits per drop, but the crafting materials is replaced by 10% more danger room minutes. That goes all the way up to 50%, and the legendary marks are actually called Odin marks on the PC version, but other than that they do operate the same. The one difference actually is the fact that you can get Odin marks from legendary quests, and it appears on PlayStation you can only get the legendary marks from boss defeats rather than legendary quests, which is a little bit confusing there, something to be aware of. Now, in regards to the best place to actually use these boosts, this would apply to both PlayStation and PC. The best place by far would be Midtown, any version of it, potentially even the easiest difficulty, because you can farm the bosses even quicker. Now, there are certain waves that will spawn in Midtown that can have up to 6 enemies, such as the Brotherhood of Mutants or the Sinister 6 wave. So one wave which takes 3 minutes to spawn, and let's say you do it in the easiest difficulty and it takes a minute to take them down, you can farm 30 legendary marks from that if you had the full 5 boosts. And bear in mind, if you had the full 5 boosts you would have the 2.5 hours duration. From my own experience, farming 2.5 hours in Midtown, you can get anywhere in the region from about, I would say maybe 600 to 800 legendary marks or Odin marks, so you can get a few legendaries there to start kitting out your characters. So it really is a great boost, and one that I wouldn't overlook for the fact it's potentially cheaper initially. It seems like it doesn't offer a lot. It really is nice. But next boost we'll look at will be the shield supply boost. Now, as you can see from the tooltips, this boost actually works the same on PC and on PlayStation as well. So this is the shield supply boost. Now, as you're defeating enemies, you'll have a shield supply bar that shows above your UI on PC and shows to the left of your UI on PlayStation and console. This will fill up as you defeat enemies. Once it fills up, you'll get a shield supply drop, and that drop can actually contain visual items such as flourishes, it can contain crafting materials, and it can also contain up to cosmic gear as well. If you're lucky, this can actually jackpot, and that in turn can give you up to cosmic artifacts or boss artifacts. This can be really useful if you're leveling a hero and you can't yet push into harder difficulties to get some gear to actually in turn allow you to advance to those difficulties. Now, on the PC, the best place to use these would be the Cosmic Super Scroll Terminal. There's a huge mob density here. On console, where you'd want to go to, I would say the Juggernaut operation actually works really well, because there's a lot of enemies here. In order to get the full free bounty chest, it's up to 300 enemies, so you'll be looking at roughly 1 clear of that with 5 stacks of this, which would multiply the boost going up by 5 times, would be enough to actually get your sealed supply box every run. So that's roughly every maybe 5 minutes or so you can get a shield supply box there, so that really is pretty great. Now, the final boost we look at is actually the combo boost, which is a combination of all 3 previous boosts, so let's check that out. So as mentioned, this particular boost is a combination of all the previous ones. So you have the bonus XP, the currency, and also your shield meter filling up as well. Now, I personally wouldn't recommend this boost, and the reason for that is XP boosts are best used in story mode or Cosmic Danger Room. Currency boosts are best used in Midtown, and the shield boosts are actually best used in certain operations or terminals. So putting them all together, you're not actually making the most of the 3 separate boosts. So although it actually costs less to buy them as a combo, you're not making the most out of them. So do bear that in mind with this particular boost. Now, overall, the boosts that are offered are actually great, be it the experience ones if you want to get your character to 60 quicker to experience endgame, the shield ones if you need a handout with some gear, or the currency if you want to get that first legendary item equipped. So just do bear the information I've provided earlier on in the video in mind when you go popping all these hard-end boosts that you've actually bought with your money. So I hope this video was useful. It was just a nice quick one, but one that I feel a lot of people will hopefully gain from. And really, thanks for tuning in for another one of these videos, and I'll see you all again soon.